today. Two player props here on PrizePicks. One WNBA, one MLB player prop. We went 2-0 last night. These two plays, Corbin Carroll, he actually hit this in the first inning, and then Azura Stevens came through for us like super late. But again, we cashed on both of these, so 2-0 last night. Definitely looking to replicate that tonight. Again, link in the description below. Hop into the premium Discord, $9.30 per month, 31 cents per day. It's where I post all the plays I'm making on PrizePicks. We got other cappers in there as well. They post all their plays. Super positive community. Everyone just trying to help each other cash. I also want to mention I'm not a gambling expert, not financial advice. Simply plays I'm personally looking at making. Hopefully give you guys some insight and analysis to make your own player prop decisions here. But yeah, let's get into it, you guys. I got two player props that I do like. Again, like I said, one WNBA, one MLB. Let's just get into it. So the first play I'm looking at is going to be a fantasy score for the full game. It's Ryan Howard over 32. From the guard position, I think there's only a few guards better than her at just being able to rack up specifically fantasy points because of how impactful she is on the defensive end. We look at this lineup that Atlanta's probably going to roll out. She's playing more of the three now with Jordan Cannon in the lineup and Alicia Gray, which I think just gives her even more opportunity to get blocks and steals. And then we look at this matchup, this game, it's got a super close spread, a 2.5 point spread, 165.5 over under. This is a home game for Atlanta. I think Mercury, obviously a much better team, but Atlanta playing at home, they play a lot better, and they've actually played a lot better since the All-Star break or since the Olympic break. But we look at Ryan Howard over on Outlier. Again, there's a link in the description. You get a 7-day free trial with Outlier. Over the last 20 games, when she plays 32 minutes, she's over this line in 13 of 20 games, averaging 36.98 fantasy points. Over these last 20 games, when she does play 32 minutes. But specifically, if we look at her head-to-head matchups versus the Phoenix Mercury, so her last game versus Phoenix at home, she had 44 fantasy points in 27 minutes. And then earlier this season, she had 35.8 fantasy against Phoenix on the road in 39 minutes. But we've been liking the minutes that she's been getting since the All-Star break. You can see her since the Olympic break, essentially. She's played 37.9 minutes and 34.8 minutes against Seattle and Connecticut, which are the two top defensive teams in the WNBA over the last 10 games, by the way, these two teams here. But Ryan Howard, like I said, splits pretty even at home versus away. She does play significantly more minutes at home. And then we just kind of look at the entire season for her, right? She 35.8. This would be the floor. I think if she can get us 2 or 3 steals, 2 or 3 blocks in this game, this line should soar over given the matchup. I mean, Phoenix against the guard position, we know they allow the most steals in the WNBA to guards. They also allow the third most blocks, the most points, the most rebounds, most assists, most 3-point attempts. They just get absolutely dominated by guards. And the way Ryan Howard's able to impact the game on the defensive end, if you look at her kind of game logs here, steals plus blocks, like she's got numerous games. I mean, all of her top fantasy score games come with at least 2 steals. So if she can get us 2 steals or more, this is a super low line in my opinion. I like Ryan Howard in this matchup at home versus Phoenix to go over 32 fantasy score. The second play is going to be a MLB line. It's going to be a Goblin, actually. I just feel like there's a value in this line given what the multiplier is on this line. I'm going to go to just search it for you guys. It's going to be Trey Turner over 1.5 hits, runs plus RBIs. I mean, you could play 7.5 fantasy, but see, 7.5 fantasy only adds 3x multiplier. And 1.5 Goblin is 2.75x. So normally this would be like 2.5. Sorry. So that's why I was saying I think there's value at 1.5 hits, runs plus RBIs Goblin, 2.7x5 multiplier, or sorry, 2.75x multiplier. But we look at Trey Turner. It's a great matchup, right? And he's been hot over his last 5 games. He had no HRR yesterday, but before that, 7, 6, 2, and 5 hits, runs plus RBIs. But matches up extremely well versus Max Fried. In his career, 38 plate appearances versus Fried, batting .371, 13 hits, 3 home runs, 6 RBIs. He hits lefties much better than righties, .325 average this season versus lefties. And then he kind of matches up decently against the pitch arsenal. .318 WOBA versus the cutter, .432 sinker, .422 Changeup 335, slider 328, and the cutter 550, which are all of Max Fried's top pitches here, right? But like I said, matches up extremely well, and the entire kind of Braves offense matches up well versus Fried just in their careers. You can see Trey Turner here hitting 395, JT Realmuto 381, Castellanos 661, Castellanos 611, Bryce Harper 303, Baum 333, and these guys have faced Fried a ton. So when we have Trey Turner hitting in that 2-hole on the road, where again Max Fried's numbers are actually worse at home this season, 4.27 ERA when he plays at home compared to 3.23 on the road. So again, this is a home game for Max Fried, away game for Philly. Super elite matchup given the hit rate, or given the success that Trey Turner has had against Max Fried. I mean, 38 plate appearances, hitting 371 is a very legitimate sample size here. So yeah, here are the two plays: 2.75x multiplier. Leave a comment below how you guys feel about these two plays. Let's go 2-0 again tonight. Please drop a like on this video, hit the subscribe button, and as always, let's cash.